You know you want to build a virtual faith-aligned business, but how do you make it happen? Let's get straight to it. I'm going to give you a sneak peek inside the exact program that's taken other aspiring Christian entrepreneurs from zero to an additional 5 figures per month in 90 days or less. Now, I can't guarantee what you'll achieve, but I can tell you one thing for sure. It doesn't matter how busy your days are right now, even if you have to constantly travel on top of your actual work time. The proven path I'm about to give you is a sneak peek of what can be put in motion in just an hour or so per day. And you don't have to become a certified black belt in marketing to build a great virtual business or sacrifice your integrity. I know there are countless gurus out there leading you to feel differently. And I know how overwhelming it feels to be told you need complex funnels to pay hundreds a month just for a bunch of complicated software, or to rely on ungodly, guilt tripping, fake scarcity, or other schemy, dark tactics. The truth is, you don't even need a fancy website. So, if any of those so called musts run so deep they outweigh your faith, or if you like being unethical or selfish or doing things the hard way, then go ahead and skip this video now. But if you do want to know how to build your kingdom in a fun, simple, and scalable way, so ultimately you have the time, energy, and resources to build his kingdom, then let's take a look now. Listen, I made a lot of mistakes in my early days of Christian entrepreneurship. I don't want you to struggle through 2 failed businesses before finding success as I did, which is why the Christian Business Incubator exists. I've taken all the lessons from those failures combined with the insights from 3 6-figure and 3 7-figure businesses that I went on to create with the Lord's help, and refined all of it into a simple 100% outsourceable step-by-step system. We're talking about a program 20 years in the making, one that has consistently helped hundreds of clients be up and running in days and start harvesting thousands a month in record time. Not only that, as good as God has been to those who have taken action with this alone, I've made sure to leave nothing to chance by including several other resources. Take a look for yourself. All right, so what I would like to do next is give you a quick walkthrough on the actual program and how we help you to enjoy success with your business. It's broken down into different modules, and module 1 is, think of it in terms of foundational material, how to get started in business. Module 2 is a mindset, what I like to think of as a buffet. We include a number of different resources, tools, tricks, tips, education to help you with different areas of your life and business. For example, there's resources in there on marriage, on parenting, on time management, on COVID protocol and recovery, and on finding a great church, and on nutrition, losing weight. And it's designed not for you to consume all of it. It's designed so that when you go through module 2, you just take an inventory and you pick whatever the top thing is that's kind of pulling on you, right? Because you, as a Christian entrepreneur, are the center of your business, right? And that's part of our mindset, 3Ms, mindset, model, mentor. So if you have, let me say it to you like this. If you're on the verge of divorce, how effective are you going to be in building a business? If you're lethargic and sick and in bed all the time, how effective are you going to be in building your business? Well, not very. So we include a stack of resources that you can go through and just pick, work on one thing, and then boom, you can go to the next thing. Module 3 is all about helping you to discover, download, and unpack what is that gift that God has put on your heart to serve others with. Module 4, we go into the lead pipeline. Well, how do we get our first customer? How do we get customers? How do we take this gift and put it into the marketplace? And then module 5 is how do we then convert people who are interested into paying customers, paying members? And then module 6 is a bunch of ninja bonus stuff. And then we also have all of the calls are recorded, and we have a change log. So as we put anything new in there, you can find it. So let me walk you through module 1 real quick. So we give you a new member orientation workshop with a checklist. It'll take you about 2 hours, and you'll be literally up and running in business. We set everything up. We also have daily kingdom mindset training and QA calls, business model overview, A Sure Foundation. This is an incredible resource. We actually have more people. We've had dozens of people tell us, hundreds of people, that this one video is worth the entire enrollment. And it's not by me. It's by a minister who I deeply respect, who runs a Christian Bible school. And it's an incredible resource to help you simplify what Christianity is and what we can do to, again, put ourselves in position. Then we give you a daily practice of things that you should consider doing on a daily basis to make sure that your mindset is engaged, to make sure that you maintain the eye of the tiger. Then we introduce you to how to build your kingdom vision. And this is critical. This is where things start. Without vision, the people perish. Well, the inverse of that is with vision, people can run. With vision, people can be successful. With vision, people can attack. With vision, people can thrive. So we got to get the vision. Okay. So we give you some resources on doing that. Take you about a half an hour. And again, it's something that you'll work on and you'll optimize as you go. And it's something you'll spend some time with, right? Then we show you exactly precisely how to set your goals and how to set your intentions to grow your business and achieve freedom, right? Because we got to take the vision and we got to chunk it down into steps. Okay, how do we get to that vision, right? Our walk with the Lord consists of steps with the Lord, right? Then we show you, this is an amazing recording. It's called The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, which was recorded in the 50s. It really was the start of the personal development program, audio programs, and it created more millionaires at that time than any other program. And then we give you a daily 100-second workout, which if you do math real quick, it's like a minute and a half, that was developed by one of the top performance coaches in the world that helped athletes and professionals to be very successful. And it's a very simple framework, and it teaches you how to combine the vision with the goals into a daily habit that will help program your subconscious mind for success, right? Because the Bible says that we're not to be conformed to this world, but we're to be transformed by the renewing of our mind so that we can prove what is the good, perfect, and acceptable will of God in our life. So it's through the renewing that we prove, we take it from the unseen into the seen. So we have to be very strategic and effective with our renewal, okay, with our mind renewal. So then we teach you how to do calendar management. Here's a great article on the origin story of the lion tamer and the three-legged stool and what that was all about. And again, just some additional resources on the incubator, right? Celebration gallery, hundreds of videos at this point, a reading list, and then accountability and next action. So at the end of every module, we give you an accountability checkpoint, right? This is not about more information, right? This is about transformation. And accountability is the breakfast of champions. Gary Keller said that, billionaire founder of Keller Williams. He wrote the book called The One Thing. And so we want to make sure that there's accountability, okay? So again, this is module 2. It's just a smorgasbord, a buffet, if you will, of different things that will help you with different issues or bottlenecks you may have going on in your life, okay? So in here, spirit, soul, body, we give you a podcast, the one that I listen to every single day that I encourage everybody to listen to, Mindset Renewal, Mindfulness, Finding a Great Church, COVID Prevention, Forever Freedom. This is a financial stewardship lesson that is incredible. And I basically have just combined a number of different things that I've learned along the way into a doc that you can kind of look at, and that will help you, and that will give you some ideas about where you can invest, how you can be a good steward of your investments, and some different things to think about and consider. And then I also give you some of my investments that I do. Lifestyle metrics. This is about creating a personal budget, increasing your faith, ideal weight, marriage, parenting, sexual intimacy, how to learn fast, time management, common startup mistakes, something called The Work, which is an incredible, again, a mindset renewal system that is just profound and based on the Bible. And then Planning Tomorrow Today, that's a technique, a time management technique, understanding the value of time, and then again, accountability and next actions. So you want to go through all of the lessons in Mod 1, and then Mod 2, you'll just scan through and you'll decide, hey, this looks good, and then you'll focus on that and you'll be done. Mod 3, again, is where we get into helping you to download and identify what is that thing that God called you to do, right? But that's not the only part of the equation, because I love sitting by the pool eating Ben and Jerry's ice cream, right? But no one's going to pay me to teach them how to do that. So we have to combine our gift with something that's valuable and marketable, with something that helps people get results, to someone who can afford to pay it. If I had a course that taught hobos, again, nothing wrong with hobos, I love me a hobo, but if I had a course that taught hobos how to work Excel, the hobo market is probably not going to have the financial resources to invest in that program. Okay. So we need to map these things together. So what we do here is we give you a few different ways to identify what your gift is. So we give you a tool, which is a flow chart and a mind map that literally lists dozens, there could be over 100 different potential niches, combined with a quiz. So what the quiz will do is the quiz will say, hey, of these 5, what do you like the best? You pick one, and then it'll say, great, of this one, and it'll subcategorize it so that you're basically just looking and picking, and then it builds it back into the software program, and it spits it out as a mission statement and is a sentence, I help X to be able to do Y, which is a clarifying statement or a business mission statement or business value statement. So that's one way to go about doing it. The second way to go about doing it is what I like to think of as the resume approach. List what you've done, list things that you've enjoyed, and then from there you can see which one of those you want to work in. The next approach is what I call the blind spot approach, which is many times the things that we're really good at and enjoy, they come so easy to us, we don't see it as something somebody would find valuable. I remember that's the first time I discovered one of my gifts that God gave me. As a buddy of mine had a problem with his business. He told me about it, and I said, dude, have you tried this, this, this? He goes, oh my gosh, dude, that's brilliant. No, I haven't. Saw him a week later. We were talking. And he's like, Paul, that was the most incredible insight that I've ever gotten. Problem solved. And I'm like, okay. He's like, dude, that was so easy for you. And I'm like, what do you mean easy for me? Isn't that easy for everybody? It was so obvious. And that's when I started to realize the things that are obvious to me aren't obvious to other people. So the blind spot way is to ask your peers, ask your network, what do you think I'm good at, right? Or another way to think about that is what's something that if you went to a party and you were talking to people that you would bore them to death with, right? They would just be like, oh my gosh, this guy or gal sounds like Snoopy's teacher. Something you're very passionate about. Another way is what do people come to you for advice about, okay? So there's about 5 different models to pick away at this and really find what God has called you to do and download that. And some people resonate with what you don't have to do all 5. We just put them in there because sometimes one of them doesn't really work for somebody and another one will really help them uncover what that is. Okay. So then we help you with that and we give you a number of resources to do that. And once that's done, then you move into the lead pipeline. What's that? Well, that's a pipeline of people who would be interested in this thing. So the very first part of the lead pipeline is let's validate the niche. Okay, so we give you a training resource like, look, this video is 4 minutes. You know, some of our videos are 3, 4, 5 minutes. Some of them are longer, but most of them are consumable in bite-sized chunks. So now you've done this work and you've thought through what can I help people with? Who do I want to work with? That's another very important one is who do you want to work with? Who do you have a passion for working with? Okay. You might not have a passion for working with everybody. And if you get one of those things wrong, then your business you'll have a lot of friction in your business and you'll be making it harder than it needs to be made. So what we want to do is we want to leverage the passion that God's put inside of you so that you wake up, man, with a spring in your step, a song in your heart, a smile on your face, and a twinkle in your eye, and you're excited. Really, your business becomes your ministry. That's what this is for me. Okay. I don't do this because I need the money, right? We're multimillionaires. Don't have to work another day in our life if we don't want to. I do this because it's my mission. It's my ministry. Okay. So that's what we want to help you to triangulate into, because then it uncovers and you tap into a whole different flow of the anointing, right? Deuteronomy 8:18, God gives us the power to create wealth, to establish his covenant. So that power, that's what we want active. So that's why we don't chase money. We chase mission. We chase passion. We chase the kingdom. We chase how can we be a blessing? And then we're in position and everything unlocks and flows. So how do we validate the niche? Well, there's a few things that we look at here. Passion. Do you have a passion for your mission statement? Problem, right? My Excel spreadsheet for hobos doesn't solve a problem. Like a hobo is really not worried about an Excel spreadsheet, right? Persona. Is this the person you want to serve? Do you want to serve hobos, right? And what's cool is within this process, you might be able to shift who you're working with to untap a whole nother level of potential. Perfect example is, let's say that you worked with helping people prevent divorce, right? Well, you could work with middle income folks on that, or you could work with CEOs and business executives. So if you're working with somebody who's a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, they're worth 10 mil. Well, a divorce to them is going to cost them $5 million. That is a lot more value than somebody who is middle income, who it might cost them 50 grand, right? So more value means you can charge more, but you got to have a passion for that persona, that person you're working with. And then is there potential, right? You don't want to be in the buggy whip business or the yellow page business or the DVD business, right? The Blockbuster business, okay? So we want to align these things, and we'll help you do that. It's very simple. There's a process for it. And then you're building your business on a solid foundation. You're building it on the rock. You've got everything lined up. Then what we do is we have you start to develop and do on a daily basis what we call clarity content. If you've picked your gift right, the person you want to serve right, and you've lined up these 4 Ps, then you should be able to very easily create content, whether that's video, podcast, audio, or written. Doesn't matter. It's all the same. Now, at the beginning, you're not going to be sharing this with anybody. This is just for you to clarify that you're in the right place. And if you've done that right, there should be plenty of things for you to be able to share with folks. Your story, frequently asked questions, tips, tricks, things you've learned. It should be almost endless. And then we're going to show you how to supercharge that and make that even more stout and more robust. But if you've picked right, then you should be able to create clarity content. And we say, hey, look, 10 minutes a day, start, right? And it's another validation process, okay? Then we literally show you how to set up your course in 30 minutes or less through this cheat sheet. Here's a mistake people make. Most of the time, they'll spend months, weeks, years building a course that nobody wants to buy. Okay, that's dumb. That's the wrong sequence, right? So what we do is we create an outline. Then we actually go sell the course and enroll somebody into the course. And then what we do is we co-create the version 1 of the course with them, okay? And it's the biblical principle of first the seed, right? Then first the blade, then the ear, then the full corn in the ear. So there's a kingdom progression of crawl, walk, run, okay? And you put the seed in. So the seed is, let's get an outline of the course. And so we show you how to do that. Take you, again, 30 minutes or less. 6 steps, do work through this, we'll help you, done. You have your course outline, and that's all you need. And then you co-create version 1 with your new enrolled member customer. And then you can always optimize it as you go, and you can redo it. But now you're making money and you're validating. You don't know if you have something somebody's going to buy until they actually buy it, right? It could look good, it could smell good, but you can't make chicken salad out of chicken poop. So that's why we need to focus on getting you into the market, having you get that first customer, and then validating, okay? So with that being said, it's very simple. Then what we do is we teach you how to go into Facebook and start to find people who you want to serve and where they're congregating and where they're aggregating. And then we show you how to make friends, and we show you how to deliver value, and then we show you how to hop on a phone with them, right? No website needed, okay? And there's 3 different ways to talk to them on the phone, right? So we go from social media to phone call. And the first way is to just do a simple interview with them. You can just ask them about their experience with the thing, the niche, troubles, goals, process, and it's awesome. That's the first way. The second way is you can do what we call the strategy session, where you can hop on with them and actually just serve them. Just give them insight, give them valuable information, help them, be a blessing, okay? And at the beginning of that, you would say, hey, look, if you got some value out of this, would you mind recording a short video if you got value out of this? 100% of the time, they'll say yes. So it's a way for you actually to get some testimonials and some social proof before you launch, pre-launch social proof. The third way, so the first way, very simple, you ask them questions. We actually give you the questions, so you literally just read and ask the questions. Second way, you deliver value. And then the third way is you actually enroll them into your course, right? You talk to them about giving you money for your course. And you do, which phone call you do is just a function of what your comfort level is. Ultimately, you're obviously going to get people to enroll by talking to them and getting them in your program through the phone. But there's no rush, there's no uncomfortability. It's very easy and it's very fun. And here's the best part, is when you're doing these calls, whether it's the interview or a strategy session, or a discovery call, you're learning about your niche, right? So now that clarity content becomes more refined. You talk to 5 people and you're like, oh, wow, these 3 people had this question. I hadn't thought about that. Let me create some content on that to bless people. And then when you put content online, you can see how people react with it. Wow, I posted these 5 pieces of content. These 2 pieces had the most reactions, the most likes, and the most comments. So now your business and everything you do becomes more triangulated and more optimized. Okay? It's just like a autopilot on a plane. It's pinging, or a GPS system in a car. It's pinging. Here's the goal. But if we're off track, then we can recalibrate because we know where we're going. So how do we know where we're going in this sort of a business model is based on our interface with the market. Hey, people like that content. Let me do more of that content. Hey, people don't like that. Let me do less of that, right? Hey, here's the things that people are struggling with. Let's serve them. Let's help them. Let's be a blessing, right? So very cool. And then the other thing I want to show you here is we give you a free extension that's absolutely unbelievable because it automates the process of friend requesting people on Facebook. How cool is that, right? So you can just set it up. It's free, takes you just a few minutes, and it's incredible. And let me see if I can, right? So this thing sells for $250 a month, and we give it to you for free. And this is how simple it is to set up. Boom. You go here. You go here. So like 75 users, 18 5-star reviews. It's absolutely incredible. And we're so glad that we can offer something like that. Now, so Paul, that sounds great, but back up. How do I know who to friend request? Real simple. We help you identify Facebook groups that have the people that can be benefited or be blessed by your thing. Within those groups, there's tens of thousands. Some groups have 50, 60, 100,000 folks. Now, Facebook, we can also show you how to do this on LinkedIn. We have some people doing it on other platforms, but the principle is the same. So you find a Facebook group with people that potentially could be blessed by your thing. You go in there, and then how do you know who to friend request? Well, very simple. You look at the posts that have the most engagement, right? So this post has 100 people who have reacted and 100 people who have commented. Well, we want to friend request those people, right? Because those people are the most engaged in the group, and our extension allows you to do that. So you can actually go in there and you can say, I want to friend request people who have commented on this, who have liked this, who have done a happy face, who have done a heart. I don't want to friend request people that have done an angry face. And you can program that all, click a button, and it happens behind the scenes for free. How awesome is that? Like, that's incredible. Okay, well, Paul, what do we do once we like do the friend request? Well, we show you a very simple messaging mechanism to be a friend and deliver value. One of the simplest ways you can do it is in this extension will actually allow you to customize the message. So you can say, hey, John, I see we're in this group and I love your comment on this post. It can automatically build a custom message. It's incredible. But what we love to do is when you're connecting with somebody for the first time, ask them about let's say that you're a guitar instructor. Ask them about what some cool equipment or gear they've been looking at. If you're in the photography niche, hey, is there any cool camera gear that you've been looking at? You can ask them about gear. You can ask them about a podcast. You can ask them about a tool, a resource, a book, an author, a blog post, just something cool that they've been learning about, right? That is kind of been fun for them. And then you can have one of those yourself that you share. So now you're connecting on something that's exciting about the niche. And then from there, we show you how to pathway into one of those 3 call types. What are they? Again, interview, we give you the questions, strategy session, you deliver value, or an enrollment call, what we call a discovery call. And that's it, real simple, okay? So then you get into the client flow, and this is where you are converting now people that you're connecting with on social media into paying clients. And we show you how to set up your call recording. We show you how to do pre-launch social proof. We show you, there's actually a Facebook Messenger CRM that we show you how to work with that will help you to automate all this stuff and tag these folks so you know, hey, I talked to this person about this thing. I talked to this person about that. I need to follow up with this person on this day. This person said no. This person I need to follow up within a month. So it simplifies and helps you keep organized. Organization is very important. We show you how to grow your authority on your personal profile, how to grow your authority into your groups. Then we show you how to set up with minimum viable assets. Like, What is the minimum amount of stuff you need to be able to accept a credit card, right? Because we're not having people pay you with wampum. Okay, nothing against wampum. Love me some wampum, but you got to be able to transact. That's how you're going to make some money. So we show you the minimum viable way to do that, the fastest, simplest path. And then after you do some enrollments, we show you how to upgrade that, right? So how to start with a sole proprietorship, for example, which takes a couple minutes, it's free, versus starting with an LLC, which could cost $300-500, right? You don't need an LLC. Go focus on the things that's going to move the needle. Remember, sequence is everything in the kingdom. Most people putz around with all this dumb stuff, and then weeks, months, days go by, and they're no further along. Okay, so we give you that. We show you the exact messenger script. We show you the exact phone script. We show you how to track. We show you what your daily revenue generating activities are to be successful. And that's it. And then in the Ninja section, I'm not going to open that up because that's for our members only, but we give you even some cooler stuff, some like really cool next level stuff. So that's it in a nutshell. This is a very simple business model. We download from the Lord what our gift is. What has he given to us? What have we walked through that we can bless other people with? Then we identify who those people are that we're called to bless. And then we clarify that. We run that through a couple of filters to make sure that we're on track. And here's the good news, guys, gals. It doesn't matter. You're not marrying this. Like most people get so stumped and stuck on picking their niche because they feel like they're going to make a mistake. Well, look, pick, decide, get into faith, and then you can always adjust, right? Date, then marry, right? So all the pressure's off, and we help you with that whole process. We take you by the hand. We talk to you. We do coaching calls. We talk to you one-on-one within that framework, and it's incredible. And here's why it's so important that you just make a decision, right? Because once you decide, then you can get started. Faith without works is dead. Us sitting here thinking about which niche to do for a month is not faith. We're not in action. So we want to get into action as fast as we can, so that way we have the anointing and we're in God's alignment. We're in alignment with his principles. And in James, it says a double-minded person is unstable in all they do. Let that person not think they're going to receive anything from the Lord. So we don't want to be double-minded. So we make decisions, we pick the niche, we decide, flip a coin if we have to. Then we go into the social media sites. We start to strategically friend people. We're creating our content to validate. Yeah, I'm really liking talking about this. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I enjoy talking with people about this. I enjoy serving in this. Or we realize, I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. And then we just pivot. Real simple, right? Then we create a mechanism, a lead pipeline to get people on the phone, one of three ways. And then boom, eventually you'll start talking to people about enrolling in your program because you have clarity on what it is through that outline that we walk you through that takes you 30 minutes. And again, we help you with that, but there's no pressure, right? Because you can drip the first customer through, you can drip, so you can unlock the modules 1 week at a time. So really all you need to have is the first week or the first couple of training videos for the first week. And then you can co-create with them. Hey, John, here's what we're going to cover in the next module. What questions do you have about it? And they'll tell you, and then you'll be able to refine it. And then over time, as you get 5 people through, 10 people through, 100 people through, you'll understand more questions. You'll add more videos. You'll remove videos. You modify them, and you build an amazing product. But all the while, you're working with your members, your customers, your clients. You're supporting them. You're talking to them. You're helping them. And it's amazing. It's an incredible business model. Then you just do that. You do what we call organic or free marketing until you've made your first handful of enrollments. And then you can upgrade into paid marketing. The reason we don't start with paid is because it's expensive. You don't want to be putzing around learning a platform like Facebook or YouTube. That's dumb. You want to hire somebody who's a proficient expert at that, but they cost money, $2, $3, $4 a month just for their service, not including the marketing dollars on top of that. So that's why we start with free organic, because then you can identify your market, make sure it matches, make sure you know where the people are, you make sure you know what their problems are, make sure that your messaging is cutting through all the chatter and clutter, and you're aligning your gift with the message to communicate your gift with where those people are. Enroll a few people, make some money, then boom, upgrade, paid traffic. Then you can hire somebody to do those calls. You can hire somebody to help you with all the admin, and you can tier yourself out of the business. Okay. So with that being said, I hope this helps, and let's get back to the other video. However, we don't just hand this over to anyone. First, because I truly want to make sure this will be a blessing and not a curse. That way, we're all put in a position to serve at the level we're called to. Second, because if accepted, I intend to serve you as a partner, not someone looking to trick you out of every dollar they can, meanwhile leaving you in the same spot they started. So If you're interested, the best thing to do next is book your free discovery call by clicking the link around this video. Do that and you'll receive your Kingdom Kit. And let me show you what's in that. The which includes, I'm trying to think of the transition. So you can play with either one. Do that and you'll also receive your free Kingdom. Do that and you'll also receive your free Kingdom Kit. Let me show you what's in there. So as soon as you book your free discovery call, you'll have access to this Kingdom Kit. And in the Kingdom Kit are some resources to help you with your business. The first thing that I want to show you is building your vision. So we give you a checklist on building your vision. Vision is crucial. Vision is critical. Hebrews 11:1 said, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. What's that hope? That's your vision. So you want to download that from the Lord. Then we give you a dangerous prayer. Then we also walk you through this business model step by step. So you have clarity and visibility about what's involved with being successful with this model. Then we give you word confessions. This is incredible. This is what I use every day, and I read them. And then what I do is I leave off by indenting them. So I'll do some exercise, walk on the treadmill, and I'll do my confessions for 5-10 minutes. Very important. So the word will do the work. Then we give you a business model analysis with over 20 different criteria that you need to ask about the business model. And I'm happy to say that this business model passes all of them, every single one. And that's incredible. And then we also give you some mental models that you can use to help you make quality decisions. Simple things like put your customers first, put your prospects and customers' best interest before profit, love people, use money, don't use people, love money. Identifying a goal. It's very hard to hit the basketball hoop if you don't know what the hoop is. And we give you a number of other what are called heuristics or decision-making models that are biblical that will help you to really make quality decisions. And then finally, we give you lessons on starting a kingdom business. Things that I've learned along the way that have helped us to build multiple businesses, be successful, make more money in a day than most people make in a year. And so again, it's all because of him and his blessings. But also we've put ourselves deliberately in position to work his way and do things his way, right? Not my way. My way didn't work. When I was doing things my way, I was broke, fat, depressed, on the border of depression and divorce. When we do things his way, it is not without obstacles, right? The Bible doesn't say we're speed bump free, but he says that we'll be victorious. Whatever we put our hands to will prosper. So that's kind of a walkthrough of what's included in the Kingdom Kit. Okay, back to you. If in your heart you're being called to explore the Christian Business Incubator and you want to trade 60-hour weeks surrounded by a lack of fun and faith for a successful virtual business that you can outsource if you choose to, then take just a couple of seconds and click the link in this video to book your free discovery call. Do that now, and I'll talk to you soon. Until then, have a blessed day.